This week on C Plus News Time, Earwolf buys C Plus Comedy, I'm playing Largo, and in Airplane 3, JK, there's no news, jerks. This week all I've got is some of my favorite comedic parts of 2016. Hold on to your butts, I don't want you to laugh them off. Hey, remember when I got you guys with that sick burn about me selling the site and becoming famous, and Airplane 3 was there too? Yeah, that was funny. Let's go reminisce some more on this C Plus News Time.
It's C Plus News Time, delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Here's a special treat for you, a joke so bad that I refuse to use it on a regular episode of News Time and any social media ever. Beagle Beagle's butt had been hurting him for some time. Little did Beagle Beagle know that Grape Ape's alter ego was Rape Ape. Welcome back to C Plus News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the comedy recap for the year of 2016. This episode is a teeny bit different as I take a look at some of the better comedy-based things from the past 12 months. From the hallowed isles of Comedy Central to the Newfoundland of streaming comedy, I'll try to put together a comprehensive look at the past year's best bits. Okay. Here we go. Movies. This year had a dearth of comedy films grace the big and silver screen. Starting with cartoons, Moana, Storks, Kubo and the Two Strings, and Zootopia stood out as some of the best in a category that was admittedly filled to the brim this year. Moana in particular has something that previous Disney princess movies don't. Maybe it's that the lead character isn't fawning over some dude the entire time, or maybe it's because it's very culturally diverse. I don't know. Regardless, I liked it a lot. On the live action front, pop star Never Stop Never Stopping is one of the gems of the past year. The Lonely Island managed to turn an album into a movie and then back into an album again. Akiva Schaffer, Andy Samberg, and Jorma Taccone managed to cram as much comedy into this musical adventure as possible. And Connor is totally not gay, guys. The sequel to Neighbors, Neighbors 2, came out and it was as needless as any other comedy sequel. But I really did have a lot of fun returning to a world where frat boy Zac Efron and stoner dad Seth Rogen are friends. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates was also an entertaining movie. Barbershop 3 too was good. It finally felt like a movie as opposed to the first two that came before it. Nice Guys, Hail Caesar, and Don't Think Twice round out my suggestions. TV shows. On the broadcast TV front, a ton of shows made their mark on my life. I can't cover every show, but know that I watch at least 90% of them. Besides the classic comedies on ABC and Fox, like Blackish and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, for instance, NBC finally added an admirable comedy to its slate after years of self-oppression. The Good Place is every bit as cheery and dreadful as real heaven might be, and it has a satisfying story arc to boot. Let me also suggest CW's Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. That show is entirely satisfying on so many levels. Fans of musicals, comedies, and a smidgen of overacting will love this show. For cable, TBS came out guns a-blazing with its slate wrecked. People of Earth, Andrew Tribeca, The Detour, and Search Party had solid freshman seasons. Each show had these engrossing plots that last the entirety of the 10 episodes. And TBS knows you're into binge watching, so they aired some of the shows like Andrew Tribeca and Search Party all at once. Pretty cool, guys. Full Frontal is one of the best shows in late night too. Sam B does wonders on the network. Comedy Central's own Another Period and Idiot Sitter landed special places in my heart with their grab bag comedy. FX had a great year too with the introduction of Atlanta and Better Things, and both are great additions to a genre I like to dub kind of sort of autobiographical, but also not, but it's still super funny and brutal at the same time. Yeah, it's a mouthful. Then HBO's own Insecure also has a place on my DVR. Streaming is a mixed bag. If a show is not presented presented to me on a weekly basis, then I tend to forget about it. Yeah, I'm old school, but that's how I roll. Not really a fan of watching everything at once. Hands down, my favorite show to watch online was Difficult People. The characters never learn, but damn, they sure are funny. Red Oaks is dope too. CISO really stood out because of its focus on one topic. Bajillion Dollar Properties, for instance, is one of the better shows on all of the major streaming networks. It features a ton of podcasts, funnies, and other stuff. But speaking of podcasting hit a major artery this year. Comedy Bang Bang went on a world tour, and I got to see them. I mean, shoot, that's pretty cool in itself. How Earwolf's Netflix for Podcasts had a number of great originals too. Teachers Lounge is the highlight for me personally. Drew Tarver, Dan Lippert, John Mackey, and Ryan Rosenberg made fools of their teacher counterparts in the oddest way possible, and it worked. Then John Lennon got his own podcast, and Andy Daly returned to podcasting. Hannibal Buress even started on the mic game, and there's so many more I wish I could talk about. What a year for my ears. And finally, 2016 may have been the year America turned to shit, but we've still got some of the best comedians running around trying to make sense of it all. I'd like to take the time to thank Maria Bamford, Jen Kirkman, Patton Oswalt, Michael Che, the rest of the cast of SNL, everyone who showed up to the Earwolf podcasting this year, Pete Holmes, Betsy Sodaro, Gerard Carmichael, Kate Berlant, Aparna Nancherla, Eliza Skinner, Jimmy Pardo, Lauren Lapkus, Mary Holland, Claudio Doherty, Catherine Hahn, and Big Ben Schwartz, among 100 others that do the best that they can do with comedy. And that is it. That's all we got. That's all I have for you for this week on C Plus News Time. This year on C Plus News Time. Why don't you subscribe, check out one of our videos. Of course, you can always head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where we got the latest news, reviews, features, interviews, and all the other good comedy bits that only I can provide you with. Follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Tumble with us on Tumblr. And be sure to go into the new year looking for some good comedy, because you know what? We all need to laugh. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Enjoy it. This is it. I'm turning it off now.